In 2003, Manhunt was considered to be one of the most violent and controversial video games ever made. Even to this day, it stands out as being a particularly disturbing experience. You play as James Earl Cash, an inmate on death row who's about to be executed. You're saved, however, by a mysterious man, but there's a catch. The man is filming a snuff movie, and so has sent in gang members, known as hunters, to track you down and murder you. So in order to escape, you have to play his game and kill for his cameras.
There's a hunter in the next room through the mesh door. Hack him up and I'll buzz open the next set of doors for you.
It's a stealth game. You have to sneak around, clearing out area by area all the different hunters so that you can move on to the next. As you approach an unsuspecting victim, you have to hold down either square or cross to execute them in a particularly brutal fashion. The longer you hold the button, the more violent the death gets. At times, it would make even Jason Voorhees proud. You get a better score for using the most violent kills, so the temptation's always there for you to hold down onto the button for as long as possible. But often you get greedy and the waiting ends up backfiring on you. The game features all of the usual stealth game tricks. You can lean and peek round corners, you can tap on the walls, you can hide in the darkness, you can move bodies around, you can throw stuff to cause distractions. My favourite throwable object is an actual human head. If you decapitate a guy, for example using the garrote wire in its most violent fashion, then there you go. Now that's what I call using your head. Like many old 3D games, the controls do take a little getting used to. It's nice that when you stand still you can go into first person mode, but why is it that when in third person, the X-axis has to be inverted? In the options you can uninvert the Y-axis, but not the X. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense. The AI is pretty dumb. In fact, at times it's hilarious. They lose interest in you extremely fast.
Hey, scumbag. It's the end of the road.
And often they can't even see what's right in front of their face. If they do spot you, the fighting then switches to a pretty basic hand-to-hand combat system. Plus you eventually get a variety of different guns to help you out, particularly useful when you get into those tight situations.
Bodies are starting to pile up nicely. We're getting some great footage.
As you progress, the mysterious man starts to give you different requests.
Tramp. Where's the fucking tramp, Cash?
He's like a combination of the Jigsaw Killer, and the way he encourages you reminds me of a sick version of Mickey from Rocky.
That's it. Rolling thunder. That's what you are. Unstoppable.
I like that by default, the screen always has this grainy look about it. It keeps with the snuff film theme. And even considering that this is the remastered PS4 version, I'm surprised by how well the graphics hold up. The environments are a little bland, and the lack of any brightness wears a little thin, but other than that, looks-wise, it's not too bad. The game has had a rocky history. First it caused a near mutiny amongst Rockstar workers, about whether the game should even be made or not. Then it was banned in countries across the globe. It was even linked to a real-life murder here in the UK. But let's not forget, it's just a game.
This is a game, man.
It can't be proven that it's any more likely to make someone flip than the lyrics to a song, TV, movies, or even news or religion. Remember, for every gamer who is affected negatively by a game, there are a million more who went on to enjoy the experience as it was meant to be enjoyed. It's fun to feel uncomfortable at times. Violence and horror have always been a source of entertainment, long before video games were around. So perhaps the problem isn't with the game itself, but with the individual. If it wasn't Manhunt that made someone do something terrible, then I'm sure it would have just been something else. It's a controversial topic, but what do you think about violence in video games? Is there such thing as going too far? As always, I love to read your comments, so please leave any thoughts you've got below. Thanks for watching.